I am live again for the KFPL week 2. I am going to be doing some social media stuff to get ready, and I am going to just take a quick look at myself on Twitch to make sure everything's going smoothly. I had to adjust my microphone. I am worried that I can't hear myself. So smoothly. Okay. Yeah. So all right. Seems like we're good there. All right. So that is working. And yeah. So Rodion, Hyper, what's up? Rodion from Brazil and I are playing in about 5 minutes or so. Tashi, how's it going? We'll see people trickle in for this. Jupiter's supposed to be here pretty soon, and yeah, stream my game like I streamed last week against George. So I could do some previews while I am doing a little bit of waiting here. I'll find the deck lists for Rodion. He's got some interesting ones. It seems like Rodion has opted to take some lower powered decks. Now I say lower powered, but that may not actually be the case, right? He's got this Brobnar Sanctum Coda, Shadows Coda deck, which is, I would say, unorthodox, right? Like adaptive, you can play something like this because if you lose and you give it to your opponent, you know, they have to try to win with it. So, and this is the type of deck that does really well versus decks when they have a lot of chains. Looks like it's got a solid amount of creatures. You've got stuff like Zakiel, and thank you, Martani. It's good to hear that. You got stuff like Zakiel, Ganger Chieftain, War Drummer, where if you're playing against an empty board, Banner of Battle is another card that's really good for making your opponent make critical mistakes. So it's really easy to forget about this, and your opponent will like try to trade and then in fact not trade. Harder they come. Interesting card. Actually, this card is pretty key against like Gangernaut combos and stuff like that, because if you just purge one of the pieces, you never have to worry about it for the rest of the game. But like you could into an empty board, you can play a creature, Ganger Chieftain, ready reap, Ganger Chieftain, ready reap, War Drummer, put back the Ganger Chieftains, and then get 2 more reaps. So you can burst a lot of amber. Same thing with these Zakiels. So this deck is very interesting in that way, that it's got a lot of burst potential that is difficult to see at first glance. There is Lord Lobster Rump Crawford here. This is a Brobnar Sanctum Untamed AoA deck. Justin and I played a lot of decks like this. It does have the Drummerknot combo, which is I think the deadliest aspect of this deck. It's got a Champion's Challenge too. So if your opponent has a board full of creatures, you could Champion's Challenge down to just 1. And then Drummerknot it off the table, and then Ganger Chieftain to reap a bunch. You've got a Glimmer to get back one of the combo pieces, so you can actually run out a combo piece early on. And then you've got stuff like Telaga, Amber Spine Mongrel. You've got the Boutrums, which are useful for the Gangernaut combo because it can make the Drummerknot big enough to fight through the first couple people. You've got like a Grey Rider who gives you some additional fights mixed in there. So Martyr's End can close out a game if you've got like a bunch of creatures on the table and you're just trying to get that last key and you've gotten past a lot of their answers. So and actually Golden Aura is interesting, because you could Golden Aura to get extra fights in a turn. It doesn't quite. Ice Cobra, how's it going? Thanks for the good luck. Thanks for the well wishes, everybody. Appreciate all that. So Yeah, Golden Aura is interesting when you've got the Drummerknot combo in your deck, because you can use that to heal up your Drummerknot on a Sanctum turn, and like put the use the Drummerknot during your Sanctum turn to get the Ganger Chieftain back in your hand to maybe hide a piece of the combo or something, depending on the circumstance. If there's like a Fang Tooth or something like that threatens to kill just like the Ganger Chieftain, this gives you an extra like slight angle. It's not like quite powerful enough. You can't quite Drummerknot during a Sanctum turn with this, but the ability to really heal up one of the creatures is pretty powerful. Now, using Golden Aura on like Grok is good, because then you can fight with the Grey Rider and lose, make the opponent lose some amber. So, Bill, how's it going? Appreciate you stopping by, Bill. Okay, I am going to make one last post. In somewhere. Just post this up in the Sanctum Discord, I think. Okay, all right, and then his last deck is this 70 SAS monster from AOA. This so this probably punches way outside its weight class. So all for one, thank you. And Rodion is here. Waiting for word from Jupiter. Jupiter will be keeping time for the match. So this deck, Logos Mars Shadows. I'm not sure. I've never played against Rodion. I'm not sure what Rodion's style is, so I'm not sure what's going to be brought to the table here. The deck that I will probably rock with this week is just going to be Ardreth. My plan is to just ride Ardreth as far as I can in this, because I think it's simultaneously a consistent yet difficult deck to pilot. The deck does very similar things every time you play it, but having played it, I think gives me advantage over my opponents. So I know like what kind of board states and positions are bad for the opponent. The other two decks that I've picked for this league, I considered taking Nibirius, because Nibirius is a very fast deck, and I think the decks that he's brought don't want to deal with a fast deck. The problem is that I don't want to actually play against Nibirius if he's playing Nibirius, if that makes sense. So, and I'm not sure. I've done some testing with some chains on Nibirius, and I think Nibirius is a solid adaptive deck. I just don't think it. I wouldn't put it quite as high in my adaptive tier list of specific decks that I own, as I would put Ardreth. So, Ardreth, I love that deck for a lot of reasons, and I think how good it is and adaptive, it is like front and center right now. So okay, I'll just message Jupiter real quick. And I don't know if Rodion's made the game. What's I wonder if it's not his. You can hear me, Jupiter. Okay, cool. True Rodion. Okay. Ah, right there. We got it. Okay, yeah. And right there, Ardref, bang. Gonna slam Ardref, take that pick. So I am interested to see what deck he brings. I am gonna swap chat over to emote only during the match. Right here, emote only, bang. And we'll get underway. It'll be Rodion's going first. He has opted to play the Logos Mars Shadows deck. Okay, so Oubliette. Yeah, it looks right. All right. And yes, so okay, Director of ZYX is a very annoying card. Harlan Mindlock, I don't think this deck really worries about him. Key Abduction, he could set up a board state where he can use Key Abduction to forge some keys, so that's something I gotta remember. I gotta prioritize killing Martian creatures if possible. He could also try to build up a big archives. So the shadows, I don't have a ton to worry about in shadows. The Oubliette can't hit my Infernuses or my Murmooks, and those are the most important. If Code Monkey gets Oublietted, that's not great. Igor getting Oublietted, not great either. But that's not the end of the world. So, all right, he's going first. I think this is honestly a mulligan. This hand's not bad, but I think it is a mulligan. Yeah. Well, actually, I like the ability to kill. I've got options, right? I can either twin bolt. Oh, I guess I need to change this then. Okay, I'm willing to bet it was Justin monkeying around with this at some point. No, it was from where I increased the card size. Okay. Okay, yeah. I changed the card size for the other stream, so yeah, I actually am going to keep this hand. It's got a lot of removal in it, so I can deal with a lot of like the smaller problematic creatures in it, and I can also slam down the Fangtooth. And I think the Fangtooth is good in this matchup because I think the Fangtooth is going to be killing a lot of the smaller. Like Fangtooth is good against Collector Worm. It's good against Professor Sutterkin. So it's just yeah. Gives me a lot of options. Okay, so it's going with Logos. If he Sutterkins, I just twin bolt and move on. Actually, if he just Sutterkins, I might just discard the Fangtooth. Oh, sorry, discard the Feathered Shaman and play Fangtooth. Maybe play the Feathered Shaman. I don't know. Yeah, actually, I probably play the Feathered Shaman because I can always just twin bolt the Feathered Shaman if you play something too big. Helperbot's going to let him play something else. Gets a Collector Worm. Okay. Yes. So then this is an Untamed turn. We're going to play the Fangtooth. And we'll play the Feathered Shaman. If he puts the Feathered Shaman into his archives, I'm totally fine with that. I have no problems with that. Because the Feathered Shaman is not crucial to this deck. If he like Oubliettes it, that's cool. Since he helper botted a Martian card, I expect Mars to come, but that's not necessarily what he's going to do. He could go back into Logos to, to try to set up some more stuff. But going turn one, Helperbot into Collector Worm implies Mars, which, okay, we see the Mars call. Destroy them all. Okay, so losing the Fangtooth there certainly sucks. It's not the end of the world, but it's not great. So I am going to say Logos. We'll play. We're going to Twin Bolt. And then we're going to Thorium Plasmate. Okay, we will end the turn. All right, so Igor Titan Librarian. Well, I don't really want a Hysteria Titan Librarian, but I don't think I have an option at this point. I hate using both Hysterias here. Yeah, so I have to. I may hang on to one Hysteria, but this logo stuff has got to go. Cannot let this logo stuff hang around. So he draws up, and he's going to archive a card at the Titan Librarian. Now, I could get really lucky here with this fair game. I'm going to Hysteria, play Lilithal, and then fair game. The question is, do I go ahead and pitch this other Hysteria? I am 25 cards in. I really want some Unnatural Selections or Mermooks. Like, I want a combination of those. I don't know. I'm not, like, super comfortable discarding the second Hysteria. But it may just be correct, so that way I don't give him an Amber. Okay, we'll go into Dis, and I'm going to hit him with the Hysteria. Do I play the second Hysteria? I'm going to go ahead and play it, right? I need to get into the Untamed. I will play the Lilithal, and then I will play a fair game. Okay, so I get 4 Amber. I discard the top card of his deck. It was Mars Needs Amber, and he's got Tixel, Beam Buckler, Ronnie. So the Ronnie could stop me. The Ronnie puts me at 7. So the Ronnie can stop me, but it would just be it'd be Ronnie and Umbra, and nothing else. So I discarded a Cauldron Boil. That's fine. That's like a net neutral there. And yeah, okay, so I am done. I ship it back to him. Might have to go Logos on the next turn, just to get some card drawing. But yeah, so he can either stop me. If I were him, I'd want to get like this logo stuff back out. Yeah, so he's opting for Logos. I hate bouncing Igor. There's a lot of stuff I hated about that turn, but I think I lose if I just give him the Sutterkin. He could even have the other Sutterkin at this point, which is crazy. So he is going to concede this key to me. If I hadn't used all of my... I've got like a Thorium Plasmate, but if I still had 3 chances, if I had the Thorium Plasmate, the Twin Bolt in the deck, I might say Logos to try to hit. So I'll forge this key. I might try to say Logos to try to hit some of this removal, but part of me wants to say Dis to exhume. I guess Feathered Shaman. It's not like great. It's really not like a card that I want, but I do not want to give him the Sutterkin, especially not combined with the Titan Librarian and the Director of ZYX. Because I think that's just like him getting to key charge, or not key charge, him getting to key abduction if I just let all that stuff go. Okay, so we're gonna say Dis. Lilithal is gonna fight Sutterkin, and then I'll just go ahead and play this Exhume on the Feathered Shaman, and I'll end the turn. Okay, so next turn is most likely going to be a Logos turn, no matter what I do. Director, like the Director and the Titan Librarian are such problematic cards. But like Sutterkin, especially with the setup that he's got, Sutterkin could absolutely bury me. Now, the thing that I would love for Rodion to do is to just play a bunch of creatures so I can Dr. Millie. That would be great if he took like a Mars turn right now. But I've got a feeling he probably... It depends. Well, so he didn't really draw anything last turn. He did get to archive a card, and he'll get the director, but his board state is very similar to the way it was the previous turn, right? Because the Hysteria basically time walked him, so that's why I can take like a suboptimal dis turn there and not be as bad. Combat Pheromones, he had the, I say, Beam Buckler to kill the Feathered Shaman, most likely. And Collector Worm can come out. Sure, okay. So, so now I absolutely take this Logos turn. Did he have another card? I'm not... He had one more card, right? Because I hit Mars for 4. What was the last card? Mars needs Amber. Okay, so he's considering playing the Mars needs Amber now. He has opted not to play the Mars needs Amber. Okay, so I am going to go into Logos. I will play the Finger Trap. So he's going to try to extract more value from the Mars needs Amber. This actually makes me wonder if I use the Anom Exploiter on my Lilithal to kill it, so that way he doesn't take any Amber from me. So we're going to Tau Vapors. Excellent. Okay. Mermaid goes in a discard pile. I will play this Igor. Unnatural Selection, Murmook, and Festering Touch. I absolutely need this Unnatural Selection at this point. And then I can Cutthroat. I can play Dr. Millie and archive my hand. And then the question is, do I anomaly exploit the Lilithal to prevent the Mars needs Amber? He can combat Pheromones. If I lose one, I'll give him one. He's not threatening. I'm a key ahead. I think I can use this to go ahead and explode that just to keep him from hitting me with the Mars needs Amber. He's like sort of incentivized to go back into Mars there. He got to see 4 new cards between the Director and the Titan Librarian. Okay, he's opted to go into Logos. I hope he plays several more creatures. That would be the that would be ideal if he played like a bunch more creatures here, to give me the option about what to get with the Unnatural Selection. Now, another poke. Okay, he could now then Mindlock for Dr. Millie. Sure, Millie can reap. He could Helper Bot and Mars needs Amber 1. I get a feeling he's going to generate a lot of Amber here. Using the Pheromones so he can use his Martians. Okay, fought my creatures off the table. Goes to 9. It's going to archive another one. Okay, so I go into Untamed. We're going to make him pay 8 for this key. We'll pick up the archives. I am going to start by using Unnatural Selection. And we are fine with him keeping Mindlock. We're fine with him keeping the Director. And we're fine with him keeping the Igor. We're going to Murmook the Director. We're going to Murmook the Igor. And then I will play Rustnar. I will play a Deepwood Druid there. And then I will play a Deepwood Druid there. Okay. Ship it back to him. Force him to pay the 8 for the key. And then swing it back to me with a bunch of Untamed creatures ready to go. Now, he's got a lot of cards, right? Got a lot of cards in his archives. A lot of cards in his hand. I could see a major Shadows turn coming up. This is not a good time for him to play Swindle, fortunately. 6 cards in the archives. Because if he swindles me, then I just reap a bunch, and he doesn't get anywhere. Oh, I discarded Mars Needs Amber. Oh, what was I? Stupid Crucible. It's so easy to like lose track of games. Okay, Long Fuse Mines, Yancey Gang, Umbra. Okay, so this is going to be an untamed turn, I feel. Runs out the Ronnie. Okay. So 4, he stole 1 from me. Okay, I think this is going to be an untamed turn because the Rustnar can fight the Umbra off the table. I can then reap with the Deepwood Druid and heal the Rustnar, and I can take care of the Long Fused Mines and get an Amber. I get to generate a bunch. I may even crash these Mermooks into the Yancey Gang. Okay. I'm gonna fight, take out the Long Fused Mines. Reap with the Deepwood Druid. Get that Deepwood Druid value. I could fight. I'm at 6. His Amber control is nothing in Logos. Mars Needs Amber in Mars. And then in Shadows is Swindle. This is actually a good time for him to swindle because it would stop my key. If I reap 3 times, I go to 9. He could swindle me. Yancey Gang. He's got an archive full. He must be trying to set up the key abduction, though. If I reap, go to 9. He swindles me down to 6. He goes to 6, but I got the 2 Mermooks in play. If I go to 9, he Yancey Gangs for 1 and doesn't have any other steal because the Ronnie's taken care of. I think I just reap 3 times. We force him to answer me. And if I forge this key for 8, so be it. It wasn't a cutthroat, right? No cutthroat. So, he goes into Logos, plays Eureka, put more cards in his archives and to generate more Amber. What does he have in the way of... I took care of the Long Fused Mines. That's like his... Oh, he's got Extinction. So he couldn't... Extinction for Beasts? Or Elf Witches? Eureka and then reaped with Mindlock to put him to 7. I may just take this turn to say Untamed. I'm sorry, to say Dis. He discarded Standardized because it would kill his Harland and his Yancey Gang. Okay, so we'll get this key. I think I take this time to say Dis and just run out my hand. Because he can't forge right now. Alright, so I'll Binding Irons. I'll play Infernus. Oh, I have to get my discard pile. That sucks. Okay. So Cauldron Boil was in the discard pile. And then perhaps Fangtooth Cavern. Okay, I'll play Edarum. Play Lilithal. Actually, I made a mistake here. I played Infernus. I should have played Infernus next to the Mermooks in case I get a Code Monkey. There may be a situation where I want to Code Monkey the Infernus and a Mermook. But making him lose 2 Amber there, I think, is fine. Get to expand out the board more. This is the kind of board state that this deck does really well with, right? Where my opponent has some creatures, they don't really have like a good removal option, and then I can utilize my creatures over and over again. I may have priced them into Mars. Yeah, I may have priced him into Mars I don't know why this keeps hovering over that, but I may have put him into Mars to extinction my demons. I can't quite generate enough amber with my Logos on the next turn to code monkey the Mermooks into the discard pile so that I can forge for 6 with the with the Mermooks in the archives. We got him in the tank, so he's definitely weighing a lot of options. The thing with the key abduction, so 14, that's enough to just key abduction right there, right? And he's gone through the whole deck, so he has to have it. Okay, so he's moving into Mars. Out comes the Vizima Think Drone. He didn't pick up the archives. Okay, so 14 is not quite enough to key abduct, right? All right. We need to kill these Martians, and I need to threat. So he didn't threaten this turn. Oh, he can't. The Mermooks are actually throwing off the key abduction math as well. Fortunately for me. If I go untamed, if I go dis, the Eteromes reap and kill some untamed stuff. If I go Logos, I get a crazy killing machine, I get to Dr. Millie, I get to Thorium Plasmate, and then I get to Code Monkey. If I go Dis, I don't have a good way to get these Eteromes to get value. If I go Untamed, the Eteromes end up like fighting or something, which seems awful. I don't want these in play. If I go Untamed, I could Reap 5 times to go to 6, then Unnatural Selection, leaving like Eterome, Lilithal, and Infernus in play, and then leaving Ronnie, Harland, and a Vizima. He can't key abduction twice, right? He could also take a Logos turn and Helper Bot a key abduction. He doesn't have any way to get it back. Okay. I think if I go... well, I think I need to go for the win sooner rather than later. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Unnatural Selection. He could Swindle. Swindle... I know he's got the Swindle somewhere. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then Infernus. An alternative is to Reap 3 times, leave the Mermooks and the Infernus in play. My first creature is going to get stunned, so it'll be the creature that dies to Unnatural Selection. I can also Rustgnawer like the Vizima Think Drone, and kill my Quantum Finger Trap to get an Amber. I could do that after well, he could have Mars Needs Amber too. This is tough because of the key abduction. If I go Dis and I just Infernus to take him off more Amber, Reap with Eterome to kill like a Deepwood Druid, Reap with Eterome to kill Deepwood Druid, fight Lilithal into the Vizima Think Drone, give him the Collector Worm, which he could use however he wanted. I got 1 card left in the deck. It is a Bramble Lynx. So I think that is reason to go Dis for this turn. Okay. So Eterome can fight Vizima Think Drone. I will go ahead and play Infernus. Choosing my discard pile. Purging Festering Touch looks like a good candidate, and then I suppose Thorium Plasmate at this point. Okay. Lilithal. Reap, Reap, Reap. Eterome kills a Deepwood Druid. Reap, Reap, Reap. So one of these is going to get stunned. I guess we want the Infernus to be stunned. I could fight the Collector Worm, but I need to get Amber. I need to get close enough that I can end the game like next turn. I think I just reap twice more then. I will kill the stunned Infernus, I suppose. That's the creature that has the least options to be used, and then I'll reap with Lilithal. Okay. So, I gotta try to put him into a position, like a checkmate position next turn. Even through the swindle. Okay. Maybe we've priced him into Mars to pop. He may be just holding on to the key abduction as long as he can because he knows he needs the key abduction to win. Could be back around to like a Logos turn. We Whistling Darts. So what? So I'm really trying to determine what angle can be taken right now. Miasma exists, so he needs a situation where Miasma stops me, then Swindle stops me. But I could set up a situation where he has to use Swindle then Miasma. But the Shadows isn't going to win the game, right? Like if I set up a situation where Swindle is the only thing stopping him, then or the Swindle is the only thing that he can use to stop me, then I think I inevitably win that game. Board situation is I'm at 4 Amber, Rodion is at 2. So I did chain him. I do think those chains probably in the long run matter. When I got those chains out, because that's going to keep him like a card or two short from being able to key abduction. So next turn is either Untamed or Logos. I think Logos would be the best because I could like Thorium Plasmate to kill the Yancey gang with the Anomaly Exploiter, play the Crazy Killing Machine, run out Dr. Millie, then Code Monkey. In this case, I actually probably Code Monkey disc creatures. I may take the Murmooks off the table, but I need those key taxing. I could Murmook like the Deepwood Druid Rustnower, right? The longer the Murmooks stay in play and the longer they tax his keys, the better my chances are of winning this game, I feel. It forces him to use extra cards to key abduct. Can you go for it? Can Titan's Oak make it? Oh, I thought you were going to complete the pyramid. I thought you were going to go back down the other side. I thought somebody else was going to interrupt that. That's a good Snufflegator stack though. Oh, it's a mess. Chat has descended into a mess now. That's just all over the place. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know from here what I should do. It kind of depends on what he does. And yeah, I mean, like looking at his deck, if Rodion makes a mistake here, then I think the game is over. I think I like quickly capitalize on it. So that's a clap. That's a clap for that 4-layer Snuffle pyramid. All right, Rodion has opted to go with Mars. Pulling the hand up. Okay. Now, Collector Worm could take one of my creatures off the table. Plays a Beam Buckler, maybe to kill the Ethereum. Or Beam Buckler, probably to put Amber onto one of my creatures, if I had to guess. Yeah, okay. Now comes Mars needs Amber, I'm willing to guess. He may Collector Worm to remove, like, say, Lilithal. Reaps, okay. Beam Buckler can come back down. Key abducts to get the key. Okay, so that's out of the way and over with. I don't have to worry about the key abduction anymore. Okay, Infernus goes all the way to the flank. Mars needs Amber, comes out. Yep. Plays Extinction, murders all. Okay. Plays a Collector Worm. Okay, so yes, that was a big turn, absolutely. All right, so now he's set up with the Swindle. He's set up with the Miasma. So I need to, and he's taken a bunch of Amber from me. So if I say Untamed and I reap 5 times, I go to 6. I could play Bramble Links and reap again to go to 7. I can Unnatural Selection to go to 8. Swindle stops me. If I say Logos, I can Crazy Killing Machine. I need to kill the Yancey gang. I think I like gotta get rid of the Yancey gang. And then I could Code Monkey. I could Code Monkey the Mermooks for 2, 3 for the Thorium Plasmate that puts me to 4. That makes it so that I am not threatening. I think I feel like I gotta take a Logos turn right now while I can, because I may not get another chance to. Code Monkeying the I think the Mermooks is fine. Okay, I'll take this Logos turn. Because I'll get to draw. I may be even able to draw into Infernus to use that to try to stop him from winning. Okay. Oh, I should have actually have done this Code Monkey first, I think. Deploy left of this Mermook. Play the Dr. Millie. Because I could have gotten to archive one of these cards, and that extra card may have mattered in the long run. And I made a mistake with my positioning, so I'll just move this. Oh, I swapped him. Well, whatever. It doesn't matter. Swap him for fun. Okay. Ship it back to him. Got a Hysteria and an Exhume. However, I did not have an Infernus, so it's very likely I'm going to have to go into Untamed, because he can swindle me here, and this is a good opportunity for him to swindle me. Actually, if he swindles, I lose the game. I don't know if he has the courage to swindle here, but swindling does make me lose the game. I don't know if I should have code monkeyed the Mermooks. I also should have one extra card. Because I could code monkey first, then Dr. Millie get the so it goes into shadows and swindles. Okay, GG. Swindle will win it. 2 Infernus, and I have no discard pile, so I will concede. Yeah. So that Mars turn was very, very good, and then I think I made a mistake on that Logos turn. I think I needed the Myrmix in play. I could have, if I had left the Myrmix in play, he would have needed to forge for 8, and I could have Tau Vapors and drawn 2 and maybe hit the Cutthroat to keep the game going. First... you want to go first with a deck like this because of the Eureka and the Director of ZYX. Yep. Wait for the game to pop up. Yeah, it was a really close game. I knew like I said, that game was much closer than the score would have suggested for a couple of turns, and I knew that the key abduction could close out that game, right? Wait, what? I guess the Tixel Beam Buckler is what I did not expect, and that's what made it go sideways, right? Oh, okay. All right, made it a reversal. Okay. I want to go first, and I want a Eureka. Like, I want to mulligan hard for the Eureka. That's just how it's going to be. I would settle for Director. The Director lived slightly longer than I wanted it to last game. I didn't have my Mermooks to just kill right when right when they came down. I was like a turn late, I think, drawing the Mermooks to like completely close out the game. Nope. Again, we make again. This is the clunkiest interface. I have no idea. I think it's something about the Jin Techie that this is built off of. I do not understand why it is so hard to determine who goes first in a game. I don't understand how you can't make a check there, right there at the beginning, where it lets both players decide. It's like, if both players decide random, nope. Again. It should allow players to decide that they want to random or not, right? Yay. All right, we beat the coin flip boss. Nope. We mulligan. I do like the Dust Chronicles here, but we mulligan. Director, what we wanted to see. Mermuk, perhaps, to shoot the director. Rustnar, Deepwood Druid, and Bramble Links. Okay. Miasma in the archives, that's certainly nice. Standardized testing does murder all of the creatures on the table. That's something I certainly have to consider. I think I just go with Mars, though. I think I need to get further into the deck. Playing a Collector Worm and just running out this Mars Needs Amber, I think it's fine. No in the archives. Play the Amber Connection unit. Play the Collector Worm. Plays Mars Needs Amber. And in the turn, ship it back to him. Likely looking at a Shadow's turn next turn. Rodion goes back into Untamed. It's just like Reap 3 times. It's actually probably pretty good for him. Yep. Fangtooth. Uh-oh. Yeah, so I got to go into Shadows just to play the Shadows stuff. I may need to standardize testing to settle up with the board. Hopefully he just fights me twice, right? I don't want him generating too much Amber. Okay. Shadows, Longtooth, Special Delivery, Dust Chronicles. 1, 2, 3. It's Dust Chronicles to draw, I guess. So, no in the archives. Play the Dust Chronicles. Draw an Igor, that's good. Play the Long Fuse Mines. Play the Special Delivery. Give him nothing to fight. And tell him to go ahead. Could just Reap 3 times. That might be where he's at. Certainly wouldn't blame him for that. I think that would be something, without knowing the cards in his hand, something I would certainly consider, to just go to 7 to try to force the key through. He knows how good his deck is at controlling Amber, and the answer is not great. You need like a very specific set of combos to get the stuff to work, right? So goes to 7. So we're gonna unfortunately give him this key, but we're gonna try to take a really big Logos turn next turn. We got 2 Igors, a Sutterkin. I plan on playing the Harlan Mindlock because the Mindlock is actually good against the Fangtooth at least. Okay. All right, so we can standardize testing all of this away. Helper Bot, Collector Worm, Zizek Shockworm. I think you need the Mars Needs Amber, right? That's how he beat me. So I don't want a Helper Bot. I will get the Collector Worm. Yeah, I'll get the Collector Worm. Zizek Shockworm might have been correct because it's a little bit harder to kill with Fangtooth. Yancy Gang, Eureka, Helper Bot. Could get the Helper Bot and Helper Bot out the Collector Worm. Eureka's very good also. When is the time? I guess I go for the Eureka and hold it after playing the Sutterkin and trying to get a Sutterkin off. He's played... I have seen no Mermooks. If he's got a Hysteria, this board's actually resilient against Hysteria because of the Igors. So I'll go with Eureka, play the Sutterkin, and end the turn. Okay, destroy them all is good. May get infernused to pieces here, but I've only got 2 pips in the discard pile. And Rodion's only got 2. Rodion's going to Logos. It's very possible that Thorium Plasmate ruins my Sutterkin plans. If I untap with like both Igors, I'm going to Eureka and Reap with both Igors. That's just how it's going to be. So what I'm going to do. I'll take the chances with whatever I Eureka. Ooh, Millie to archive a bunch. Okay. There's a chance. Ah, Twin Bolt. Nah. Okay, so I just say Logos, I Eureka. And then I Reap with Igor. I go to 8. Yeah, I want to end my turn. Tell him to go ahead. What did I put in the archives? Abduction Collector Worm. Okay. Hey, Niall, how's it going? Could get Infernused here. Infernus Hysteria to Infernused. I think that's like sort of likely at this point. Archives into the hand. Cutthroat. Okay, so I am going to get to forge this key. Stole 2 with the Cutthroat. Not great for me, but could be worse. Plays an Igor. Can get some filtering. Discards a Murmook. Reaps with Millie to go to 6. Plays a Code Monkey to go to 8. Plays a Thorium Plasmate. Okay, so I will forge the yellow key. So we do get this key, and is at 9. My deck is like mostly shadows at this point, right? Half shadows, half shadows. So if I put my archives into my hand, I mean, I kind of want a Ronnie here because I get some value, and I play like an Umbra. I wish I had like wish I had more shadows cards. I'm gonna have to give up on the key abduction, I think. I just don't think that's gonna happen this game. I don't have the extinction. So I'll say Mars. I'll put the archives into my hand. I'll play the beam buckler. Shoot the code monkey. Mars needs amber. I will key abduction. I will destroy them all. I'll play the collector worm. Play the beam buckler. And in the turn. It's possible I should have just miasma Ronnied there, I guess. I don't know. You're like 5 minutes late on that, Lord Farquaad. Yeah, I got a feeling he's going to go for the key abduction here. He's going to try to, like, Infernus the key abduction. Hits me with the binding irons, okay? Yeah, he understands how important the key abduction is. Yeah, and Mars needs Amber. Oh, he just got both Mars needs Amber. Okay, so definitely understands how important those are in the matchup. Hysteria here is not great for me. Infernus again. Okay, well, the good news is I've only got so many Amber pips that can be lost here. So I feel like so what happened is I did not get my Hysterias at the same time as I got my Infernuses, and I think Rodion did, and I think I'm going to lose this game. Oh, he exhumed the Code Monkey. Diabolical. He got a much better draw with this deck than I did, and he is absolutely thrashing me in this game. I don't think this game's going to be close. Plays a fair game. Discarding Swindle, and he gets 4 Amber. GG, man. Don't have any answers. I can Miasma. Yeah. I'm ultimately going to lose this game. I lost the Swindle. I can't stop the key. I can, like, Miasma Ronnie, but he's still going to just forge again on the next turn. So he got like, if you can do that every game with Ardreth, you just win those games, right? Like you just completely smoke your opponent. So yeah. He completely destroyed me with that draw, right? So he picked it up, he picked up the deck and just ran with it, right? And I'm over here fumbling. So yeah, he deserves this win absolutely based off of how he played that. So So yeah, I go down 0-2, drop to 1-1 in the brackets. It's not the end of the world. We got 6 rounds total to play, and you're just looking to make the top 4. So it's the second time he's played against it. So okay, yeah, his deck is good. I would say that his deck is like an example of a very solid adaptive deck. I'll turn off the emotes for everybody. Okay, so you should be free now. So but yeah, I mean, getting hit with the fair game there is just like icing on the cake, right? Fair game ended up being good in this matchup. It generated 8 total Amber, right? 4 when I played it, 4 when he played it. So but I just couldn't, I felt like I was constantly behind, right? I opted not to special delivery the Code Monkey. I had forgotten that he hadn't played Exhume, right? He managed to get through the first part of the game without having to say dis, and that's like a great state to be in. So oh yeah, yeah. 1-1 now. Justin is 0-2. So yeah, milling the I was hoping he didn't have the twin bolt. Yeah, I was hoping he didn't have the twin bolt. So all right. So I'll probably keep chatting with Rodion. Yeah, those were some good games. I lost those, but I don't think I misplayed egregiously. So yeah, that's just one of the more interesting things. So oh no, so that's it, Vault Boy. That's the games. I've got no other games today. So Justin and I are gonna be back tomorrow to help Sanctimonious out with coverage for the Glorious You. We've got a full slate of games that we're going to cover tomorrow. We've got a full slate of games we're going to cover tomorrow. And we may end up helping commentate on the finals as well. So our intention is to go over everything tomorrow night when we launch the stream. That is when we're gonna get everything clear. Zach from Call of Discovery was like, what to explain yourself, how can you make a cliffhanger like that? And I told Zach, I was like, Zach, it's content and we create it. So yeah, we'll go over everything tomorrow night. And we plan to go on live after whenever the Glorious You finishes, and I'm not sure how long that's going to last at this point. It's going to be better part of the day, so yeah, this is the shallow season, right? Like Keyforge 3 months after a set comes out, you may have the announcement and you may have some spoilers, but you've got a drought of stuff to get through before the next set shows up. So do you have Keyforge Halloween costumes? I think for now, I'm not promising this. Justin and I had discussed it, but we had talked about getting Eddie a like Sherlock Holmes outfit for when we do Barkham Horror. So I'm not promising that, but that is like a small sneak peek at that. Yeah, the but I could see him in like a deer hunter and like a little cape or whatever. Okay, so I am gonna end the stream. I'm not gonna worry about any music to play you out. Appreciate everybody for stopping by for just a little over an hour. And we'll see you tomorrow. Goodbye.